All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Kodash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, the great millstone, whom I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. And we're going to touch on this video put up by AC Reacts. And, it's, Eve, all right, going into the club scene. Okay, the real reason why the club scene is dead. All right, but the real reason is it's biblical prophecy, man. Okay, and what you Jakes don't understand is that we're at the end of Edom's, the so-called white man's rulership. We're at the end of his world. All right, and his world includes, this the folly of the club scene. The mirth, being able to, so-called have fun, things of that nature. His world is dying, all right, and these, the fashion of his world is dying, man. All right, aka the club scene, all right.
I have noticed that's been on my mind is I live in Dallas. It might be different in other cities, but just what I've noticed.
Okay, there is no different in any other cities, right? All these major cities are on the decline. Okay, all the major cities, people aren't worrying about the club. People don't even have the money. Okay, people don't have money to go out and spend, all right, and pay for $15, $20 drinks. Okay, people are gonna drink. They gonna go and get a bottle and drink at home. They ain't gonna go to the club, all right, and pay for you women, to get all drunk. Okay, especially these men. These men ain't doing it no more. They ain't paying $15, $20 drinks for you women to get drunk and tell them no at the end of the night. All right.
Went out in the past year is men do not buy drinks for women out here. Like, and it might be different for other girls. Maybe I'm not that girl, but in the years I've been going out, I've only ever had one man offer to buy me a drink. Ever. And it's like, y'all can make conversation with me at the bar, but don't offer to buy me a drink. Like, what's up, babe?
Salute, salute, salute. Salute. What's happening? So, everybody want to know why the club scene is dead, there's more than a few reasons, but the main reasons are dudes are not buying drinks. There's more than a few reasons, but the main reasons are dudes are not buying drinks no more. That's really is. They're not buying the drinks. Club scene is dead because dudes are not spending money on drinks. Listen to this old washed up Keisha explain something.
All right. So, why are men, buying drinks? Because one, they've caught on to the, the folly of you women. All right. And two, because everybody broke. All right. Men ain't really got money like that. Okay. In this economy, people are getting, people getting fired. Okay, whole departments. Okay, whole establishments are closing, laying people off. Okay, so ain't nobody got no fucking money to go spend at these folly bars, and spend money, on you women to buy drinks. Okay, and that's all that's all prophecy. Isaiah 24:8, and it reads, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth. Okay, the club scene. All right, that's where people mirth it up and listen to music. Okay, you got DJ. DJ. He's spinning the records. He's depending on what type of music he playing. People are in that mirth spirit. The noise of them that rejoiceth endeth. The joy of the heart ceaseth. All right. It was a point in time, man, where, hey, especially back, when I was coming up, 18, 19, 20, 21, hey, the club scene was lit. Okay, every weekend, man. I remember, you know, every weekend, man, the club scene was packed. All right, there was a line around the corner just to get in the club, man. And when you got in, it really was, it really was lit, man. All right, plenty of women. All right, people spending money. Everybody marking it up. But now, you fast forward to 2025, the club scene is dead because we're at the end, okay, of Esau Edom's rulership. Okay, we're in the time where the Lord is fulfilling his prophecy. Isaiah 24:9, they shall not drink wine with the song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. All right. And people who even still go to these bars and clubs, they don't get the same feeling that they once did. Okay, that drink the drink is still bitter. They drink and they're still bitter afterwards. They don't have that feel. Even when you drink alcohol, now you get you a little bottle of yayan or your favorite little drink. It don't be hitting the way it used to. All right, it don't really give you that mellow out feeling, so to speak. Okay, because we're not really in that time to be mirthing it up. All right, we're in a time of all out chaos and war, and really, you should be keeping your drinking to a minimum, man, because there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of prophecy taking place, and we gotta be to the best of our ability sober as much as we can, man. All right, Isaiah 24:10, the city of confusion is broken down. Okay, the city of confusion is America, Babylon the Great. Okay, which Babylon goes back to the word Babal, which means confusion. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. All right, all these bars and clubs, they're being closed. You got clubs and bars, shutting down because they don't have the money. Okay, people ain't coming in. People ain't worried about going to the club, man. It's only you dumbass bobblehead bitches and dumbass niggas who still worried about going to the fucking club. Okay, people who out here trying to keep their lights on and keep they bill, they rent, going. They ain't worried about no fucking club, man. Isaiah 24. All right, Slocky, bear with me. Isaiah 24:11. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right, the mirth of the land is gone. Okay, the club, your bars, ain't nobody finding any joy in those places anymore. All right, that's the real reason. The club scene is dead. The real reason why the club scene is dead is because it's Bible is prophecy, man. Okay, that's why. All right, go to this word mirth really quick. amusement, especially as expressed in laughter. Okay, and when people go to the bars and clubs, that's what you hear. A lot of people laughing, people having a so-called good time, mirthing it up. Okay, but hey, people ain't them days is gone, man. All right, this is why people ain't going to the club and the bars no more like that. All right, except you dumb Babylonians, man. Second Ezra 6:22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. All right, these all you got malls, okay, you got plazas being shut down all across America, Babylon the Great. These were places that were sown, that were thriving at one point, but now they're unsown. Okay, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. All right, and these bars and clubs are likened unto storehouses. That people go in there and spend money. People go in there and buy. You have actual bars and clubs that serve food. Okay, they serve finger foods and you can get your drinks. So those are considered storehouses, but they're what suddenly being found empty. Ain't nobody up in there, then they shutting them down. Okay, you ride by certain clubs and bars, and there's literally crickets or one person in there. I've seen it. All right, I've drove by bars that were open and it was no one in there, or it was one or two people in there. All right, these places are being found empty, man. Okay, this is going to be the book of Habakkuk 2 and 3, and it reads, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak." All right, these prophecies, these visions, they're speaking, and they had an appointed time, and we're in those times, and not lie. Okay, they ain't lying, man. This is why everyone is a prophet now. All right, everyone's taking to the internet talking about the Bible because people are realizing that these words are true. They just don't have the understanding. They will tarry, wait for it because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay, the prophecies are coming and they're here. All right, the mirth is gone. This is why the club scene is dead. All right, it's gonna continue to die. Okay, going off here. Ezekiel 21:9, and read, "Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh. Say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished." Okay, Esau is coming down with great wrath, man. And you got a lot of jakes that don't even really prescribe or know anything about the truth. They're seeing, okay, what Esau's doing. All right, and saying, hey, something's coming, something ain't right. All right, this is why Jake ain't really worried about the club scene like that, man. It's just you silly bobblehead ass hoes who still, trying to keep that club scene alive, man. Ezekiel 25:10. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. Esau's coming with his sword, man. Esau's itching to get at you, Jakes, with his sword. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? Okay, we went into that word mirth. Should we then be in laughter and amusement all the fucking time? No. All right, Esau's coming with it, man. Okay, keep that clubbing and partying spirit. Keep that. Really cut it out, man. Really. Okay, we're done. That season is done, man. Okay, we in very serious times, man. We gotta be serious minded. All right, being in that mirth and that fucking party spirit, man. Cut that shit out, bro. It contendeth the rod of my son as every tree. All right, we ain't in the time of fucking mirth. Okay, Jake, Jake. That's the problem with Jake. Jake think everything is always fucking fun and games, man. All right, and the Lord's getting ready to cut that spirit. He's getting ready to cut that spirit with his sword Esau, man. All right, But with that, we're gonna close the lesson out. Lord, when it was edifying. Shalom.